Alright everyone, we're back for another video today. I meant to start filming earlier, totally forgot. I'm working on some art piece I wanted to work on, nothing too crazy. At least I don't think it's nothing crazy, but I think it'll look cool when it's done. Kind of experimenting with this one too. For those of you who don't know, and I think anyone who's new to the channel won't know this, but anyone who's been around for a while, you guys know that my favorite hero is Spider-Man. For example, I'm wearing Todd McFarlane's 301. 301 right there next to me. Of course, we gotta have Secret Wars, and then I have like tons of the Ultimate Spider-Man original. I have the new one too, but the original Ultimate Spider-Man. Currently using one for reference, some Todd McFarlane. And you know, the list goes on and on and on. I have so much Spider-Man stuff. Tons of Spider-Man merch. I love, it's my favorite hero, man. It's my favorite hero. I have this really old photo of me as a kid, Spider-Man. Just got this jacket you guys saw in the last video. It's the Torment McFarlane. This awesome Spider-Man rug. Don't mind. I'm just about done setting up. Got the whole Lego Daily Bugle with like almost every Spider-Man character, it feels like. Anyways, he's like my favorite hero character. But I don't draw him ever. Like, I drew Spider-Man a lot when I was a kid. But I do all this art, and Morgan, for example, she's always like, you always say Spider-Man's your favorite, but you never draw him. And I just never draw Spider-Man, ever. And it's because he's hard to draw. He's not easy to draw. You have to really bend the anatomy, all the webs. It takes forever to draw his costume. And it's also hard to make a Spider-Man that stands out, make it like your own style. I mean, at the end of the day, regardless, I love drawing every character, but Spider-Man's a tough one. So I was like, all right, I really want to do some Spider-Man, but I really want to make the pose like, the pose is really dramatic, and I want them to feel very McFarlane-esque, so when you look at it, it feels like that. But yeah, so I'm a little bit into the pencils here. I'm also a fan, you're going to see in a second, I'm not a fan of the even webbing. I like the webbing being kind of messy and uneven. So I'm really messing around with that. I'm also going for the Ultimate style, where his head's a bit more exaggerated. Also the angle. But I'm going for this kind of super bent, superposed, legs up, you know, big foot, kind of like McFarlane does with these like the bigger feet showing. So I was like, I want to have like one of his feet look really large, and then I'm gonna go with all the spaghetti webbing. I'm gonna make the webbing really thick. McFarlane obviously was known for making the spaghetti webbing look really cool, but David Finch, he takes the webbing, makes it spaghetti, but makes it really thick. But I'm gonna hop into this. I'm gonna knock out these pencils and stuff, and then kind of pick back up filming whenever I start inking. Just kind of go from there. The spaghetti webbing that is pretty infamous for Spider-Man, like Todd McFarlane does. Takes a long time to do. Takes a while, especially when I was trying to figure it out. And this is all still pretty sloppy, so when I ink it, it'll look a bit cleaner. But yeah, and then I thought it'd be cool if I incorporated a section here that gets all jumbled up, and then inside of it would be the signature. Alright, update. So, just kind of working a bit on some of these shadows, figuring it out. It is difficult, man, because I go heavy shadow, I do a lot of line work and stuff, but then, you know, Spider-Man's got webs. And I want to make his webs look uneven and jagged because it looks cool. It's edgy. Genuinely, that's literally why I do it. I just think it looks cooler than, you know... And don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Todd McFarlane because he didn't design Spider-Man, but, you know, just... the webbing's just too clean. I like it a little messy. I'm just kind of figuring that out here. You know, kind of got the trap, trying to show that, trying to figure it out. Because it's very different than how I do stuff, because you can't cover the webs with a bunch of shadows or cross-hatching. It messes with it. But we're getting there. I decided to add a cool border around it, so it looks like he's popping out of a comic panel. I like the web shooters being on the outside of the costume too. I've always thought that was cool. These aren't very detailed. They are just the classic comic book where it's just a silver band. That's all it is. I didn't want to go crazy with it because it doesn't matter. They're not the main focus here. I swear I cannot get this drawing done I started this drawing last Friday. Is Tuesday. Not because it's taken me a long time to do it, but because I keep getting interrupted and other things keep happening. And it's driving me nuts. I gotta get this done because I go to Chicago in 2 days, and then as soon as I'm back from Chicago, I start interiors. So like I won't have time for this. I couldn't finish it last night. I ended up like eating dinner and stuff, and then I've taken the week off from the gym because my back and neck muscles are real tight. I think I overworked it, and the top of my neck to hurt, and it's building up this pressure in my face. On Sunday night, like I almost thought my face was literally just gonna explode. Felt like all my veins were just like super tense, were gonna pop out my head. Decided to take a moment and eat some food or whatever. My eyes were hurting real bad. They had a lot of pressure in them. So I was like, all right, I'm done. My eyes are too strained. But we're back. I don't know what I showed last time, so we're just gonna show where I'm at here. There's not a lot happening or a lot to really like really dig into and really make a lot of marks, and but the webbing takes forever, takes a long time to do, and I'm basing it off of Todd McFarlane and a little bit of David Finch's webbing. Obviously I don't think my webbing looks as good as theirs. Then again, dude, it's literally just straight lines with circles around it. But like, the webbing takes a long time to do. At least it takes me a while to do.
You gave up on keeping me in touch. Need a new chemical rush. Now that I'm drinking alone, if I fall down,
I gotta give it to Todd McFarlane and everyone else that tackles Spider-Man's webs. They are daunting, and honestly, I'm thoroughly not enjoying drawing the webs at all. I thought I would enjoy it because it's mindless nothing, but it's a lot of mindless nothing, and it's kind of boring. So yeah, props to you guys, because man, this sucks. It is not fun drawing these webs at all. Though, at the same time, I would love to fill this whole page full of webs and make it look super cool, right? So, I would love to add more. I'm not going... Okay, I'm done with the webs. I genuinely know I could go through and probably add more to it and make it look better. But man, I don't want to spend any more time on them. They look fine. They're webs, dude. I mean, you can't do them right or wrong, right? I guess it's just a made-up thing. I'm going to go through now and get this outline done, make it cleaner. And then I gotta go in and start doing all the hatching and all the fun stuff, go through and start hitting it with some whites.
Maybe I just wanna die.
Pretty much at like a stalemate here because I don't really know what else I want to do. To be fair, it's a little messier than I would like it to have been. I feel like a lot of the line work's a little loose, but it's fine. I feel like it kind of gives it energy because he's supposed to be moving, popping through, this panel here. So I'm cool with that. As messy as some of it is, I think it's fun, and I really want to color it. but like a part of me is really scared to go in and color this. So I don't know. I have no idea what I want to do. If I want to just keep the inks as inks and then maybe color it digitally, I don't know. So and I was originally going to do like a building in the background or something, but I decided against it, and I was like, okay, I'll do this like comic book texture-y thing. I was actually worried that it wouldn't work very well, but it works just fine. It looks cool. It's fine. It does its job. Did the webbing down here. My signature is in the webbing, which is pretty fun. What's strange is I was just sitting here and thinking, like, I just finished this piece. It's like I put all this time in. I had no other artist experience it. I put all the time in, I get the piece done, and it's just me in this room, right? This just me. You know, no one's here. I'm usually here working by myself. Even in the evenings, Morgan's here. But it's just me in this room with all this stuff around me, and I get done with an art piece after putting hours into it, and I'm like, yeah, it's so cool, yeah. And then I look around, there's no one here. And I'm like, no one here to tell me that it looks like good or bad. And it's just like weird. As a kid, I would draw, and I honestly, most of my drawing, I would just get it done and then run into my dad's room, like, look at this. So I was wanting to like impress him as a kid. You know, it's like as soon as I get done with the drawing, the first thing I do is I just send a picture to my dad. I'm like, check this out, boom. And it's always been like that. It will always be like that. Weird. I'm sitting here now and I'm like, well, now what do I do? Like, I know I got to edit this video. I think I'm going to digitally color this. So I got to wait till I get the scans. I'm going to probably do a video on that. I'm not going to physically color this. I do like it in black and white. I think it's cool. It's kind of messy, and I kind of like that it's black and white and messy, right? Like, I feel like a lot of my work can sometimes be pretty messy. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I genuinely have no idea. I like it, but it could be me saying in my brain, like, oh, keep it messy because I'm not good enough to make it tight. I don't know. Could just be my style. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm going to digitally color this. But yeah, I just think it's weird. It's like, man, now I'm just sitting here like, what do I do next? Which I'm going to probably edit this video. But like as soon as I stop recording, I'm going to start editing this video. But yeah, pretty crazy. And if you guys can't tell behind me, anyone who's been watching for a while, I have added new stuff on my walls. We'll do a video about all that stuff. It's not done. I'm going to C2E2, so I'm going to be coming back with a lot more stuff. And I don't have stuff to hang up my comics. I'm doing a comic wall as well. All that will be hung up soon. I'll be doing videos about all that. It'll be a good time. So stick around. And then I got some of my own art I'm going to get some frames for and hang up too next to Kevin's art up here. So maybe this Spider-Man will get hung up or someone will buy it. I don't know. But yeah, all right, we're done. I'm done rambling. I'll see you guys in the next video.